walking through the noise again, trying not to feel too much. Every road I thought was leading me home just turned into dust. I learned how to smile and carry on like nothing ever stays, but some nights still ask my heart what it's afraid to say. I don't need a perfect kind of love or promises and fame. I've had words that sounded beautiful but never really came. What I needed wasn't saying to me or pulling me apart, just someone who didn't disappear when things got hard. Well, maybe that's the truest part of love, not how it starts, or who remains when it gets rough. You were there when it counted, when the lights went low, when I didn't know which way to go. You didn't try to fix my pain, you just stayed the same. You were there when it counted, no reasons, no vows, just your hand reaching out. I don't need forever said out loud. You were there when it counted. I've seen love dressed up as fireworks, burn bright then disappear. I've chased the heat, ignored the quiet, and paid for it in years. There's something in the way you stay when I had nothing left. Taught me love's not what you promise, it's what you don't forget. And all the moments I survived left me here tonight. You were there when it counted, when the lights went low, and I didn't know which way to go. You didn't try to fix my pain, you just stayed the same. You were there when it counted, no reasons, no vows, just your hand reaching out. I don't need forever said out loud. You were there when it counted. If the wall starts falling again and I lose my ground, I won't be afraid of the darkest time. I know who's around. Some loves come with thunder and flame, some come soft and true, but the ones that last are ones you quietly choose. You were there when it counted, when I close my eyes, when hope fled out of time. You didn't run, you didn't doubt, you just stayed around. You were there when it counted, and somehow that's enough. No perfect words, no saving touch. I don't need heaven figured out. counted. You were there when it I was standing on a shaking ground. Every dream fell worn and breaking down. I've been carrying the weight of years, learning how to hide my fear. You didn't rush to pull me close, didn't promise what you don't know. You just stayed when I was weak, let the silence speak. I've seen love try to move too fast, burning bright but never last. Every time I reached too far, I fell apart. But you watched me lose my way, never turned your eyes away. You didn't save me from the pain, you stayed the same. When I thought I'd hit the ground, your steady heart was all I found. You never let me fall, even when I lost it all. You didn't try to make me strong, you just proved I belonged. You never let me fall, no loud words, no walls at all. In the quiet of your love, every night I question who I am, every step I barely understand. I've been fighting ghosts inside, now they're quiet. You don't need to fix my scars, you don't tell me who we are. You just walk this road with me, honestly. And somehow when you come, I learned where I belong. You never let me fall, even when I lost it all. You didn't try to make me strong, you just proved I belonged. You never let me fall, no loud words, no walls at all. In the quiet of your love, if tomorrow breaks the light, if the answers don't arrive, I don't need the world to stay as long as you don't walk away. I don't need to win the fight, I just need you here tonight. You never let me fall, when I couldn't stand it all. You never let me fall, you never let me. I was walking through a half-lit town, carrying words I never laid down. Every road felt a little unsure, every hope felt temporary. I was holding on to yesterday, like it might tell me what to say. But the night kept closing in on everything I thought I knew. I didn't call, I didn't reach, but somehow you were next to me. You were there before I asked, before the fear, before the past. When I didn't know what I needed, you were already standing fast. You were there before I broke, before I named what hurt the most. I never said I was lost inside, but you were there before I asked. I've seen love that comes too loud, promises spoken just to drown, but you stayed without a sound, like you understood the ground. I didn't fall, I didn't cry, but you saw straight through my eyes. You were there before I asked, before the fear, before the past. When I didn't know what I needed, you were already standing fast. You were there before I broke, before I named what hurt the most. I never said I was lost inside, but you were there before I asked. Maybe love is not a plea or a moment begging to be seen. Maybe it's the hand that stays when you don't know how to pray. You were there before I asked, before I knew this love could last. When my heart stayed quiet and closed, you already chose to hold. You were there before I spoke, before I trusted hope again. I never learned how to reach that far, but you were there, right where I am. You were there before I asked. The room was quiet, late July, your coffee cooling by my side. No perfect words, no perfect plan, just staying longer than we planned. The world kept moving out of sight, like we had nowhere else tonight. You leaned your head against my chest, and I forgot the weight I'd carried. We talked about the things we missed and things we never dared to think. 'Cause no promises we couldn't keep, just breathing slow, just falling deep. Your fingers traced the edge of doubt, like you already knew the way out. Some moments don't need time to let them work. Maybe love is learning how. So lower all the walls somehow. We didn't need to be loud to stay. Didn't need words we couldn't say. In the calm between the sound, that's where I knew you wouldn't fade. We didn't need to be loud at all. No grand escape, no rise, no fall. Just hearts that chose the quiet truth and found a home in what we do. The night grew soft around the room, like it was giving us some room. No fear of what tomorrow brings, just letting go of heavier things. I've chased the noise, I've chased the flame, I've worn myself down in its name. But something in your steady eye said love survives when noise runs dry. I don't need more than what is real. I just need this to stay and feel. We didn't need to be loud to stay. Didn't need more than what remains. When every moment stripped and bare, I felt your choice was always there. We didn't need to be loud at all. Just steady love against the wall. If this is all love ever proves, then I'm at peace with me and you. We didn't need to be loud. 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 The night came in without a sound. Your coat was lying on the ground. No reason spoken, unrequired. Just two tired hearts unwired. The clock kept moving, we let it go. Like time was something we didn't know. You sat beside me, calm and still. The room obeyed the quiet will. We didn't search for words to say, didn't try to make things stay. Every breath fell into place, like it knew this gentle pace. I've carried love that asked too much, that tightened every simple touch. But here the weight just slipped away and left the truth to softly came. Maybe love is what remains when nothing pulls and nothing strains. Nothing asked, nothing held, no need to prove, no need to tell. In the space where silence lives, we gave only what we could give. Nothing asked, nothing held, no quiet days, no spell to break, just staying here without a name and finding peace in what we make. The window breathed the early light like morning learning how to arrive. You smiled without a reason why, and I forgot the need to try. I've chased the wire behind each door till wanting turned to something sore. But sitting here with nothing planned felt like the best I understand. I don't need more than what is real. I only need to feel this still. Nothing asked, nothing held, no need to prove, no need to tell. In the space where silence lives, we gave only what we could give. Nothing asked, nothing held. If this is all we ever know, then I'm content to let it be and let the silence carry me. Nothing asked, nothing held. I watched the evening fade to gold. Your shadow leaned against my soul. You never needed words to stay. Your quiet heart just showed the way. I felt your fingers trace the air, like every promise lingered there. The world was loud and moving fast, but time slowed down when you looked back. The city lights were falling low. We stood where only dreamers go. No grand confessions left to prove, just steady hands that never move. And in the stillness of that night, you turned my darkness into light. Some loves don't shout across the sky, they breathe in moments passing by. And every fragile fear I hide finds peace the moment you're beside. Where your silence holds my name, I hear forever call me home. In every glance you give away, I find a place I'm never alone. steady eyes taught me how to lay down pride. The nights we spent just watching rain said more than songs could ever explain. Sometimes the strongest vows we make are whispered softly while hearts awake. And when the world begins to fall, your quiet strength outshines it all. Where your silence holds my name, I hear forever call me home. In every glance you give away, I find a place I'm never alone. You don't need words to make me stay. Your heart speaks louder than the flame. In every breath between the lines, your silence holds my name. If someday time steals all we know, and seasons change the paths we go, I'll read the truth inside your eyes, where every hidden promise lies. Even when the daylight fades and memories begin to stray, I'll hear the love you never said still echo in the life we made. Where your silence holds my name, I hear forever call me home. Through every year that slips away, your gentle love remains my own. You don't need words to make me stay. Your heart speaks louder than the flame. In every breath between the lines, your silence holds my name. Your silence holds my name and leads my heart back home. The room is quiet, almost kind, like it knows I've made up my mind. No questions waiting at the door, no reasons reaching for much more. The night moves on without a sound, like it doesn't need me now. I'm not afraid of what remains, I'm not afraid to feel the same. I've held the past in open hands, let it fall where it was planned. Some things stay, some drift away, and I don't chase them anymore. Your name still settles in my chest, but it doesn't hurt, it rests like something true I didn't lose, just something I no longer use. Don't need answers in the dark, learn to trust the quiet part. I don't need the ending now, I don't need to know somehow if love was meant to stay or go. It gave me what I needed most. I don't need the ending told, I don't need the closed. I'm at peace with where I stand, I don't need the ending plan. The window lets the morning in, not as hope, not as regret, just light arriving as it does, without a promise, without a push. I've chased belief, I've chased a sign, till wanting blurred the simple lines. But standing here, I finally see what staying quiet did to me. Some truths don't need to speak aloud, asks me to return, and nothing asks me to learn. I don't need the ending now. I've said enough about out loud. What was real has played its part and left its echo in my heart. I don't need the ending clear. I don't need another year. If this is all love ever means, then this is more than enough for me. I don't need the ending. I just need